What is going on, everybody? This is the Mother Bleepin' Fanatics podcast. And I am one of your three hosts, Damien.
What I do, Scataboo? It's Dylan.
And it is Frankie.
I mean, four hosts, my bad. Jack isn't here this week.
But he will be next week.
Let's go.
Let's go!
One away from 50, though. Ain't that crazy, though?
Wow, next week is the 50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we got to bring out the stops.
I know we need to bring out some champagne, and we're waiting to share some with a certain team, the
Yes.
D-backs. Trying to share some champagne with the D-backs, and so far, not so great.
I tell you what, I had all the hype in the world, and then this afternoon I saw that it was going to be a bullpen game, and I'm just like, there's a 50% chance this is not going to end well.
You
yeah,
see,
not really a, not really a like. I can see why he did it because a lot of people, like you guys earlier before we got on air, were like, "Why don't you just play Zach Gallen and go for it when you're one game behind?" I think we are kind of due for some regression because they've been balling just to get us to this point. So I think the thought process is like, hey, if we put Zach Gallen out there and we lose, it's much more devastating than just losing a random a bullpen game. There's still hope. We can still get to the playoffs. We just got to be perfect now. And I figure we're probably going to lose to the Dodgers anyways. So what's the point of wasting Zach Gallen?
game one though, they were
Man,
down 4-1 in the eighth inning, and then they just came. They did come back 4-4, and what really honestly caught me off guard. And you would think when LA's are in the playoffs in this position already with like a week and a half ish left in the season, you would think they would let off the gas a little bit and keep their players healthy. But no, they're still letting everybody out. But what really threw me off guard is when they threw Clayton Kershaw out there against us in the bullpen. I'm like, okay, they must be really serious. You guys notice that? Like that threw me off a little bit throwing Clayton Kershaw out there
I
in
thought
a
he
I,
was.
tie game, late innings.
Go ahead, Frankie.
I mean, I feel like that's just part of them. It's toward the end of the year. Let's give Clayton Kershaw one last hurrah with the D backs because we've had such an interesting back and forth history with Kershaw, especially, he'd get us in the regular season, then we would just pummel him in the playoffs.
Yep. No, I think that's definitely what had to do with it. Is they're just trying to get Clayton some run against the D-backs. He's like, I hate these guys. Let me get him one last time for you, and
Yeah,
that's
they
kind of
fought,
probably
but
what it was.
they did fight like a good ass game one. But then once again, the major concern all season, even it head into the playoffs, if we did make it, was the bullpen. We just could not hold on in the later in the game in the extra innings. So tough break for the D backs, and especially game two when we just got walloped 8-0 final. So
Right.
It's
And
it's hard for me to be disappointed because where we were when we traded Gino and all them to where we are now. I mean, I honestly am not mad at the D-backs for the last stretch of the season. So I think they're giving us good morale going into next year.
100%, we just need to make sure we have a shirt up rotation because Gallons, Gallons potentially walking. Burns is not going to be 100%, like not even potentially halfway through next year. And then outside of Fat and Nelson, I don't know, you know, who else you're going to have in that rotation next year.
Maybe one of the 17 top 15 pitching prospects we have.
or
Maybe
Merrill,
we
but
need one of them to take off because I mean, just the issues we've dealt with between with pitching this year, whether it's been just their stuff or just staying healthy, our injury list is absurd. But the even worse, throughout the year, we've blown 45 leads and we have 29 blown saves.
It's a lot.
yeah, you would think the number one priority in the winter meetings this offseason is closer. So
Or at least, somebody that's going to, be able to eat up a couple innings without
No,
putting us in a
it
hole.
has to be there has to be a firm focus on getting someone that can do it because for the last 2 seasons, let's not even go last two. This season alone, we take those 29 blown saves, and let's say we win 10 of those games. We clinch the playoff spot at this point. You know,
You know,
but that's 19 other games. Let's say we win all those games. We're probably the first team in the NL West. Like it's just like when we're winning and we have the chance to put games away, it's an Arizona DNA to not let it happen and to let the other team come all the way back and to win by 1 point or to lose. So we got to fix that all around in every team. And I don't know how that you do that without getting players at positions that are proven.
yeah, it's just so demoralizing because, as you mentioned, we could be in very nice positions just if we end the game. Like 8 of those 45 games were in the ninth inning alone.
And that's just
So,
insane, dude.
and not only that, but it's just like at the end of the day, injuries or not, like you still need to finish. You're a pro level ball player. We've been in spots that it's just like if we spend the money, it's a simple solution. Or else, what's even more absurd, if we don't lose 3 out of those 4 games from the Colorado Rockies, we're in the wild card right now.
True
Yep.
that. As well, last night too, game one, both the Reds and the Mets, who were competing with for the final wild card spot, both those teams lost. So we were just shy of finally getting that third spot at the moment, and maybe today's game could have been a different type of momentum. But still, I'm still kind of dumbfounded why we had to make this game a bullpen game, which is our biggest struggle, and it's a must-win game because Reds
Yeah.
already won. So 2 games behind the Reds. The Mets are going to play in about an hour, so we don't even know that it's going to be 2 games behind both. So
And it's like
yeah,
Damien
we're in a
said,
crunch.
the rest of the way, I mean, we have to be perfect just to have a shot.
Yeah. That's okay. We were gonna um whether we won yesterday or not, our margin of error is still one game. You know what I mean? Like one game. We have to win pretty much all the games no matter what happens. So or just pray that the Reds and the Mets just lose 2, 3 games in a row. You know? That's where we started off. Like, oh, hopefully these teams can just lose the next 2 games and we win one or two. It's like, well, whenever you're playing with that, then
We play
your
to win.
team wasn't good enough.
We
And
play
our
to win.
team, we knew we were good enough offensively. It's just the pitching, man. Literally just the pitching, and maybe some like errors here or there, but just really the pitching.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only team we are behind blown leads for is the Chicago White Sox.
And we weren't even behind them most of the season. We led the league in blown saves for a long, long time this year. The White Soxed it up and got ahead of us.
Well, no, that's just it. That's just in blown games. That's not or leads. That's not saves.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. We're probably still the leaders for blown saves.
Oh yeah, 100%. We are the number one team when it comes to that right now.
Pretty crazy, man.
Once upon a time, we were linked to Ryan Helsley and never pulled the trigger on that. You
We
guys
Yeah,
never
remember
pulled the
that?
trigger on anything, bro. We're linked to Travis Etienne Jr. right now in the Cardinals. We were linked to
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall. We were linked to basketball wise. We were linked to all these superstars. None of them came. We were linked to LeBron James for like 7 years straight.
I mean, hey, we got KD out of it for a minute, but
Those were the worst years of Booker's career.
oh, I know. I wish I could take those back in a heartbeat. I definitely would because if we keep that core together, even if we keep Paul and Aiton, like we're right back in that picture.
Yeah.
Basketball. What?
Yeah. How did we start talking about basketball?
Rewind.
Crazy. Even though the Suns did had a badass media day segment, but another time.
Hype.
Well, since we're talking about the Diamondbacks and we don't have any Suns, um, I just want to say I saw Jalen Green in a Phoenix Suns uniform for the first time today, and I saw them speak and talk, and yeah, they're ready to play some basketball. And there definitely was problems with that last team. So, all right,
Dude.
back to baseball.
I mean,
Woo.
yeah. I mean, I feel
And
like
that
it's just
game,
another kind of situations where I feel like we're going to conclude where we were just there again, back to back seasons, or not just there. We were just shy. So
yeah.
Yeah, yep, that's good. What the Diamondbacks are feeling like, just close but no cigar forever.
you would think
Um,
that would have to ignite motivation for the front office because they weren't even aggressive. I mean, they acted like they sold, and like we were expressing earlier, like it's just crazy we were at this point where we are now. So
Yeah.
Well, I think that lets you know for me and other people who were doubting them, it's kind of they kind of know what they're doing. Like we at the Geno trade when they traded Naylor and Geno, and we weren't happy. I mean, I couldn't find many Arizona sports fans that were like, yeah, they're doing the right stuff by trading our best offensive weapons, But it turned out that we were just kind of just as good without them, and it was really the pitching that we need to work on. Like that's it.
Not only that, but it's just like we ended up getting better, and then we also, stake a claim for our future, getting some really nice prospects that are going to be big down the line.
yeah, we get more of a chance to see Locklear next year too. That's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see in the spring.
I want to see these pitchers, man. We got so many top
True,
15
yeah, pitching.
prospects. I need to see them because we traded Naylor for them. We traded Gino for them. We need to see them do something and not just be in AAA or the minor leagues forever and ever. We need to bring those boys to the Diamondbacks and let them pitch against MLB pitchers. I mean, MLB batters. Get it going.
Absolutely. And I think, and what's nice, another thing, what was nice about the second part of the season after the trade deadline, we saw Zach Gallen turn it around.
I
He
told you
did,
he would.
but a little
So,
too late though if you think about it because what's his? I haven't looked up his stuff lately, but once upon a time, his ERA was like what 5.40, some atrocious.
Yeah, it was pretty bad in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. So it's kind of a little bit too late, but hey, kudos to him though. I mean, it's a good gamble though because we were talking about like he was kind of on a prove it year with the D
yep.
backs and just looked god awful in the last few starts, and Zach Gallen's looking like vintage Zach Gallen. So like if he's keeping up the next start or two, whatever it might be, it's a good like gamble for teams to look at.
I
Yeah,
honestly think he's going to stay here.
me too.
Yeah. I don't think he's going anywhere, bro.
The milkman is going to put roots.
Isn't he a Scott Boras agent though or client?
Maybe.
I think he is, and we have not had good luck with Scott Boras clients.
But Zach Gallen himself really likes being here and was like vocal about wanting to stay. So
I
unless
would
somebody's
demand.
offering him money that can undo that love, which I don't think is going to be the case because of how up and down the season was, I think that he's probably just going to stay with us.
If I was that
But
Gallon, I would demand 150 million, and then
for what?
bring back the purple and teal jerseys.
Not so funny. I would love the second request, but I don't think he's getting 150 million from anybody. So
True.
But what? Why wouldn't he come back? There's a nice foundation in place, especially offensively. There's a great core there. We've got if you got Nelson, you got Fat in the rotation. You got solid guys there. Who knows what's going to happen with Erod and Burns? But if you bring Gallen back, that's at least 3 out of 5 reliable spots right there.
I say they bring Fat Ryan Nelson, give those guys some money if they don't already have it. I don't know what their contract situations are. I won't act like I do. Boom, bring Zach back on a team friendly deal because he didn't have an awesome year until it was like Dylan is saying too late, even though it's not too late yet. Um, bring Merrill Kelly back on like a 1 year deal.
Shoot, Sonny
Well,
Gray.
if Texas doesn't give him a bunch of money, and then we're good. We're straight. Just get some relievers. Get some starting pitchers that were good before that aren't starting pitchers anymore that are still good. Just make them relieve. Why not?
Yes, sir.
That simple. I just don't understand why they didn't just go get someone with a name. Then we
Because
can blame that person for not being who they were supposed to be, you know? Instead
it's
of just doing nothing and being like, oh, we'll just work with these random pitchers that didn't really do well for us the whole season. We'll just stick with these guys to the very end for no reason. What the fuck, man?
well, and the thing is, like as we've seen throughout, the history of being an Arizona sports fan and just Arizona sports in general, our ownership, it doesn't even seem to matter what the sport is. We would rather give 3 or 4 guys prove it contracts than find 1 or 2 guys that are cement.
Yeah. And also, I think what's weird that we do is, and when other teams would be like, the season is not over, let's not give up right now. We're like, yeah, it's over at the trade deadline. Let's just trade everybody good instead of sticking it out. I think some of the games we lost, flipping it from the other perspective that I had earlier, where I was praising them for trading them and still being able to do well. Well, what if they were just in a slump and we keep Josh Naylor, we keep Gino, and then all of a sudden, instead of talking about wild card, we won one or two of those games where we lost by one because they hit a home run or they double or something, and boom, we just traded away the team because we were getting too hasty. But they probably could be a wild card team still with who we had and make a deep run like we did that one time when we swept the Dodgers in the playoffs.
It makes me go, what if? Because we got rid of best, our best pitcher the entire year, Merrill Kelly. He's now on the Rangers.
For what?
Yeah, it
I
got us
feel like
great prospects, but it's just like if we have Merrill Kelly, three or easily 3 or 4 of those games, or any game that he starts, the odds are significantly higher that we come out on top.
Especially if it's a one-score game.
He was locked down.
Sometimes enough for him to be an impact maker. What are you gonna
he's
say,
just
Joe?
getting older, though.
Yeah, so what? We needed him this season, not in the future. You know what I
I,
mean?
I
Like,
know, but when you're talking about bringing him back, though, potentially.
for
yeah,
one
for
year,
a year or two.
next year, as
Yeah,
a
but
reliever.
he's almost in his 40s, though, man.
As a
Like,
reliever, though, you think he could toss some like from if you put him in from like inning 6 to
listen,
inning
when
7?
when I keep hearing somebody saying, "Oh, one more year for Merrill, or a couple more years," bro, I'm just thinking CC Sabathia at this point. Like,
Jesus
bro,
Christ, he won't
he's
be
got to
that
eventually
bad.
retire. Like, so
CC was one of those people that you saw be absolutely extremely great, and then you saw him be absolutely ass because he was so old.
ageless, but ass, man.
Yeah, he just got
Hey,
ass.
hey,
It's like, but that's what
I know,
happens when you play too long.
I
Like,
know you
look
guys.
at the.
Look at Bartolo Colon.
Yeah, exactly.
And he eventually got one out of the park in San Diego.
That's
Everybody was
so
so
funny.
hyped.
Oh,
What was that? His first home run in the 2000 at bats?
I think so. Yeah,
Like
fucking
something ridiculous.
yeah, bro. The dude literally because he did not like batting. I think pretty sure most people know this story, but he did not like batting. So this dude would purposely just stand there, just hold the bat, and pitchers knew that, and they would purposely just throw in the middle of the strike zone, just auto out, and then just out of nowhere, dude just swings at one and just fucking cranks it out of the park left field at Dodgers Stadium, bro. Crazy. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look it up on YouTube. It's crazy, yeah. The announcers were freaking the hell out too.
dude, I would too. Like he already was in major leagues for like freaking 15 plus years, and that's his
Yeah,
first home run.
that's just insane.
He's
Dude, when you said Dodger Stadium, I started sneezing and mucus came out of my body.
Did I say Dodger?
Yeah,
Oh fuck, Padre. It was Padre Stadium.
I know.
Padres.
Damn, that
woo,
was gross. Ugh, what the fuck, man? Ugh.
this is gross.
Anyways, anyways. So yeah, baseball. Ha ha ha. That was funny. Shit. Yeah, we should have maybe waited a little longer to trade all those people away. But at the end of the day, they were gonna be able to walk. I think that was the thing that made it okay. So that they were gonna be able to walk in free agency. So we had to do what we had to do, kind of.
The potential outweighed the uncertainty, so they went.
Yeah, I mean, and you're getting guaranteed stuff for the future. If you put it like that, it's just like, yeah, it's an easy decision to trade those people away, and we still did well. So I guess we can't hate them too much for that because it was a smart business decision for the team in the future instead of going for winning the next couple games.
Well, it's 4 games, and that's all she wrote from here on out.
Yeah. So four more games. Um, Miraculous Diamondbacks 4 game winning streak on the way. You know, and then we're gonna have the Reds. They're gonna be the team that loses out on the playoffs.
Yep.
It'll be the Mets and the Diamondbacks who make it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. You know what's more? Let's go.
What?
Kyler Murray. Let's go.
Let's go. I
Hey,
hope they
but
hear a
before
lot of
we
that
forget,
tonight.
though, I'm pretty sure this guy is a follower, and he was wanting to know more about our fantasy football league that's going on.
Jesus
Mr.
Christ.
Milano in our Arizona Sports Fanatics Facebook group was asking me that the other day. I was like, "Well,
What's
I'll
his
get
name
back to you on
again?
that." I'm not gonna give out his first name. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Milano. So,
Mr.
Mr.
Milano. Shout
Mr.
out to you,
Milano.
brother. We appreciate the viewership and the fact, frankly, the fact that you care.
And I'm sorry to report that I am 0-3.
Hey, but listen, Frankie, did you see the standings? How many people are 1-2 though, including me? I shouldn't be 1-2. Damn it! I'll get to that later. But there's so many people that are 1-2 in the standings, and if you get a win, you could jump up a couple spots in the standings with a win. And you
But
also got Trey Benson. Ironically too, you've had Trey Benson just stacked in there, so
yeah,
you
you're
got
gonna get a
yourself a
huge
free
boost on.
waiver wire pickup, my friend.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
funny thing is, I already had him on my team anyway because he was one of the better, volume backs left.
7 grades for Frankie too. We're not playing for money, so there you go. We're just playing for bragging rights on this show, which honestly probably just counts just as much as money if you go take it to the store. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened with me this week on fantasy. We about to find out though right now because I'm logging into my ish.
Oh
I
man.
know what happened with me while he's looking up his. We were up, like, and I had like a 77% win probability, and it boosted even more because ESPN's a little slow when it comes to like updating projections and wins. So like I was at in the high 70s before Kyler connected with Trey for a touchdown. I'm like, oh yeah, that's game. So then Monday Night Football happened. I had Derrick Henry, he had Lamar, and I think somebody else on the Ravens. Forgot who it was. And I was up for the longest time heading into the fourth quarter. And Lamar Jackson running garbage touchdown happens. And Damien messages in our group chat, oh, like Lamar
He
Jackson
didn't
garbage
run it in.
touchdown
He didn't
costing
run it
me,
in, did he?
or you said Lamar or whatever touchdown it was.
He threw a touchdown.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Lamar garbage touchdown costing me a fantasy win. I was like, what the fuck? And I look at my team. I was going up against Lamar. I lose by freaking pretty much 4 points, like 3.80 something. I'm like, bro, no way. Like,
Holy crap! I got
so I,
smoked
I
last
should
week.
not be 1-2 right now. I should be 2-1. Like,
My God.
so I'm hoping for big games out of Trey and Kyler tonight, and with Mike Evans out, Ibuka should become more of a fantasy monster now the next few weeks. So we'll
And
see with that
Godwin is
one.
coming back.
What's up?
Out of 12 teams right now in our fantasy league, number one is Wheezy Does It. Shout out to Wheezy Does It. Number two is Bed Bath and Bijan. Uh, Shout out to them. That's an amazing name. And they're both 3-0. And then the next three people who are all tied. Well, we're not all tied, but we're tied record wise. Slinging the Pig. That was my opponent for last week. They crushed me like 89 to 123 or something crazy. And then the Ultimate Bird Gang Warrior with the fantastic name, by the way. And me, Taylor Made. We're all 2-1. And that's pretty good. And the rest of the bums in the league, are all either 1 or 2 and 0 and 3, which would be, let me just list them off. Cardinals DF. Shout out to you, still an amazing member of the group. Jack Ritter at number 7. Grand Slam Breakfast Club.
Danny Hart,
Jesus.
I know him personally.
Denny.
He's a cool cat.
Denny, that's a great name because his name is Denny. And Deshaun, don't. Oh my God, Dylan's team.
Deshaun
Dylan's
don't touch
team.
down there.
Erica, Arizona. That's a cool name. 911. She's number 10 in the league at 1 and 2. Red Squadron Raiders 1 and 2, number 11, and then of course our very own Frankie. Oh, Carson Palmer's
3.
ghost. Definitely looking like a ghost right now in them standings.
Hey, bro,
Oh,
he's back for a resurgence this week.
Hey,
Believe me.
resurgence,
definitely
baby.
due for a resurgence.
Hey, I tell you what, we're gonna have a first place trophy and we're gonna have a last place trophy, and I'm not winning the toilet.
There you go. I love
Oh,
it.
he's giving away some spoilers, huh? Let's go.
All right. Well, that's the standings. Do you want to go over your specific matchup, Frankie, or are you good?
Oh, I'm good. I will take any breakout performance I can get. I think I have a strong lineup. I think I got some decisions to make last minute, some lineup, matchups to look at, but I'm confident this week is going to be the first win for Carson Palmer's Ghost.
I need to add a quarterback right now on
I
the.
need Chuba Hubbard to make more of a difference for me this week. Other than that, he's slowly working his way down to the bench, just like Travis Hunter. I put his ass on the bench too. So
Yeah, Travis Hunter deserves to be on the bench. They need to just play him as a
horrible.
cornerback and stop wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, horrible.
He's a
If
cornerback, brother.
he,
He's a cornerback. We've figured it out. He's gonna be a good cornerback. Let's stop doing the dual receiver bullshit. No, no, he's not. He's not doing that in the NFL. The guys are just too good there. Sorry, bud. It was a nice try. It was a fun experiment. I hate
I
to
know
be
I'm
harsh
thinking
on
about
him like
possibly
that, but
cutting him, but
he's a good cornerback. He's a good cornerback.
I
He's
mean,
really good. He's
he's only a
mirroring
rookie.
their every moves. He's
He's
really
only
good.
a rookie too, and he's got Trevor Lawrence, which doesn't help. You go
Yeah.
for a Deion Sanders like that in college to a shit Trevor Lawrence in the NFL. It's not doing him any favors. So like maybe by like I don't know. I haven't decided what week I'm gonna give him yet though. Maybe by mid-season I might see if I'm gonna let go of him on the leash or not. So
Yeah, I would.
it's
He
just a
would be on the
rookie.
bench
So
with like maybe a week or two
and
to get something going because the team. I don't
and that was the risk I took. Save it with Quinshawn
know.
Judkins, and so far he's at least scoring me 10 points a game right now.
No,
So
that was when I saw that I was like that was a good little leap
that
that you
was a
took.
gold stash.
It was a great stash.
yep.
But no, hey, anybody out there, the trade lines are open. I will listen to fair offers. I'm not tanking, but I am trying to improve the team.
Yeah, you can't tank. I mean, there's no reason to tank in this league. There's
Yeah,
nothing
it's not
coming
it's
to you
not a
next
keepers
year.
league or anything.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So
I mean, we could make it a keepers league next year, depending how successful it turns out. So, or yeah, the next league, the keepers league.
I think it's been pretty successful so far. Um, does this mean we're going to talk about the Seattle game next, or are we gonna do our pick'ems for the whole week?
We should recap the Cardinals loss first
Yo,
The
we'll
Cardinals
talk.
and
lost.
how it translates to the
The
Seattle
Cardinals
game and
lost
what we
because
can do better.
ESPN told me that they won 15-13, and then they didn't change it for like 30 minutes.
What?
I
How?
saw that.
I was so pissed. I was like, why are they after this horrible loss? I get tricked by the damn thing, even though I watched the game and saw them lose. I'm like,
It all
did it not
comes.
count? Like, what happened?
It honestly all comes down to drops.
Yeah,
So
that game right there. We'll take the rest of the season away. Let's just encapsulate that one game. It came down to wide receivers and running backs dropping the gosh darn football. That's it. Easy
big
recap.
distraction too with James Conner going down for the season too with an ankle injury.
I mean, that affected our ability to make plays and score points because James Conner was getting loose in the passing game a little bit, and I'm sure he would have gotten a touchdown at least at some point in the game.
Oh,
And
100%.
That wouldn't have been DeMarcado fumbling the ball into nothingness. That would have been James Conner scoring a walk-in touchdown, and
My
that makes a big
my thing
difference.
is like I don't think I've seen in one game so many just routine catches.
Yeah, no, there was a Trey McBride by the end zone. The ball literally went right through his hands. Like, how did he not catch it?
And
I
then
It
know.
was pretty crazy.
I know. Marvin's. I feel like Marvin's drop could have led it to a touchdown. Also,
Marvin's
near
drop was a
Carlos.
what
So
Marvin's drop was a
that's
touchdown. Marvin's
that's
Marvin's
12
drop was
points.
he
sorry,
had
go ahead.
open planes.
Yeah, so that was 12 points right there of missed opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, two touchdowns he didn't catch, and the other one was in the end zone, 100% a touchdown, and he just didn't catch the ball.
And then for
Legitimately, he should have thrown it to the other guy that was open over there. He would have caught it. Who was it? 17. What is that? Zay? No. Who's 17?
is it Weaver?
It might have been Weaver or like Fahoka or somebody, but 17 was open right next to Marvin in the end zone and didn't
It
get the
also,
ball.
it
But we
also could have looked a lot worse too with our corner situation. It really could have. Even though granted George Kittle was
Yeah,
out,
that's what I'm worried about
Juwan
tonight though,
Jennings, he
because
was also out. So Brock Purdy was also out. Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones looked pretty decent overall. I mean, he was cooking us second half.
I was
Um,
right initially. 17 is Zay.
Once again, third game in a row, the defense just lets off the gas, and I don't know why.
and here's the thing. I mentioned last week when we were previewing the game. Ricky Purcell is going to be a problem because he's your number one. They couldn't even stop him. He had 8 grabs for 117 yards, and then you had Christian McCaffrey who had 140 all-purpose yards.
That's
But
the thing about our defense right now is like if you look at the score, it seems like our defense is doing a wonderful job. But if you look at the biggest situations where they need to stop someone, they never stop them, bro. Not
it's
once
either
do they stop them.
a penalty that gives the opponent the first down.
100%, dude. Legitimately, it's crazy, and it's not even those phantom bad penalties. You go and watch the replay, and you're like, "Oh, why did you hold him, bro? Your other person caught an interception." Like, what are we doing? And then on offense, when it's like, "Hey, just go down the field and get this first down, and the game is over." Why are we running on first and second down, bro? We need to throw the ball. We need to throw the ball more than we're throwing it. Drew Pezzing is calling plays like, let's not lose the game when we're not even up. It's like, dude, we're not even up comfortably enough to start salting the clock away, brother. You got to score more points. Make it a wider margin, and then we can do this, you know? And that's how the defense starts playing, too. Like, oh, let's not give them anything over the top, down low, and then they just get like 8 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards. Every play's like, God damn, are we going to stuff any of this, or what are we doing?
Right? And it's just like offensively, I had to I happened to check in a little bit with the PHNX podcast and their interview with Kurt Warner, and he was saying that offensively, you had nothing was in sync. All facets of the game, we were completely clueless. And then, of course, he, specifically went to talk about Murray, not saying he did anything wrong, but in specific situations, instead of, trying to make a play, he looked like he was too worried about turning it over, or he looked to check too quick when he could have waited a little longer for, the right receiver.
Yeah, and another thing that I thought was a good criticism by him for Kyler Murray is he's saying that Kyler Murray is going through his progressions too fast. So like he's not just saying, okay, da 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 da. Okay, the route's gonna open up in 10 seconds, or not 10 seconds. That's too long. But the route's gonna open up here in a half a second, or in a second or two. So I need to go this way and wait instead of throwing the ball immediately when you're set to throw. You got to throw the ball when you anticipate the play is going to be made or whatever. And he was just saying stuff like that, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I think I see that a little bit. But that's also the offensive line. He was talking about like if your offensive line isn't good, then you don't really get the chance to do it the best way you can do it.
Right.
I hope that getting Paris Johnson back tonight will be good. And Will Hernandez is questionable. He's been questionable for a couple games, so maybe him coming back will be awesome too. Another thing that Kurt Warner said that I liked was um he was talking about how when we were in the end zone and Kyler almost made that safety. He called it. He kept on calling it a safety like it was an actual safety, but it wasn't. It wasn't actually a safety. But he said that they were in a formation where it was a man look, and what we were doing wasn't good against man, so we should have changed it to a zone play or something. And he didn't recognize it. He wasn't reading the defense. He was just trying to make a play. And I think there are certain pre-snap things where even before the ball is snapped and anybody moves, you have to look at the defense instead of just listening to what the coach is telling you and be like, "Oh, they're in this coverage. That means what we're doing probably won't work. Let's shift out to this." I think that's the next step. It's year 7, so I know Kyler does it sometimes, but I feel like he needs to start doing that a tad bit more. Kurt Warner said that, so
Right, and it's just
can't
like
really argue it.
as much as the first 2 games, you know, we're totally on being inconsistent. The drop passes cost us in the game, but what I want to see tonight, I want to see a balanced offense. I want to see us try to take shots. I want Murray to escape the pocket, make plays with his legs. That's when we're the most dangerous on offense.
He's been doing that in every game this year, though. I ain't gonna lie. I won't. I was the criticism for Kyler's legs ain't been there because it's not a thing. He's rushing great, but what I want to see tonight is no penalties by the offense,
Right.
even the defense too,
No
but the
false
offensive
starts,
line
bro.
especially.
And when we have a situation where we have somebody on 3rd and 6 miles, do not allow them to get the 6 miles.
You know what I want to do right now? I want to
Hands to the
highlight the
face.
the 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 leaders in categories through 3 games. Passing yards. Guess who's leading the team?
The
I'm just
Jigba.
kidding. It's Kyler Murray, the only person passing the
Oh, I thought we
dang
were talking
ball.
about Seattle.
Rushing yards. Trey Benson is the team leader in rushing yards. Isn't that crazy? 125 yards for Trey because he had that huge run in that one game, and then Kyler Murray, obviously number 2 at 107 yards, and James Conner 9. Oh, just got the alert from Adam Schefter. Will Johnson's inactive tonight. That sucks.
I was
But
literally going to mention that. Crazy.
So
Denzel
Kyler Murray's got already 100 rushing yards on the season through 3 games, 107.
Hoop's
Trey
going to have a
McBride,
bigger game.
obviously, yeah, for sure. Trey McBride is our leading receiver with 182. Marvin has 142, and Elijah Higgins is the third receiving leader with 55. That's crazy. That is 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. Drew Petzing, bro, this is your fault.
Why are we not
That
using? We have guys like Wilson Weaver and freaking Zay, and we're not using him. It is absurd.
it's absurd, bro.
Elijah Higgins and Tip Ryman factor, my boy.
At least Elijah Higgins is a good receiving tight end though. He's actually nice. But
Bro, Tip Ryman got the first 3 receptions. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
that should never ever happen ever again.
And the thing,
It should never ever happened once.
I don't know if you guys noticed Gannon's interview, but I don't know, I'm hoping it's just a situation where everything is handled internally and he's not tipping his cap to the media. But for him to for him to imply that there's absolutely nothing wrong with how the plays are being called, that's crazy work.
Not only did he say there was nothing wrong with it, he said he'll never have an issue with the play calling because he knows what they're calling. AKA, I won't have an issue with the play calling because I'm telling them to call these plays. That's what I took from it. Because he was offended like they were offending him, Maybe he's just falling on the sword for the team like a good coach. But sometimes you have to say this is wrong and we'll fix it.
Yeah, it's that's just because it's just I don't care how much he's your guy. I don't care how much you
No.
support him. At least give him a fair. Because if you let him think there's nothing ever wrong with him and he leaves, he's gonna get dusted.
The way and I get it, you can't get on national television in front of the world and say our plan is bad. We did a poor job of training these players, and we don't have confidence in it when you're sitting at 2-1. You know what I mean? And it's like to a certain extent, I kind of get why they're irritated with the questioning, but it's like Drew Petzing when he's talking, he just seems like, oh no, there's nothing wrong. And in fact, you guys are crazy for thinking that there's something wrong. You know, like the way he explains it and the way he looks so smug, it makes me angry.
Like we have so
But
many weapons.
they can't just say yes. We're passing for 120 yards a game. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. We can't score more than 20 flipping points.
Right.
It's a problem now. You know, like I'm the nicest, most optimistic Cardinals fan in the world, but this ain't gonna work, buddy.
No.
This ain't gonna work. Let's go to the defense though. Jalen Thompson is leading the whole team in tackles right now, which is crazy to me. 14. Well, I guess Mac Wilson has 14 tackles too, and then Buddha, of course, is up there too with 12 of those things. Sacks wise, we got Calais Campbell leading the way, 2 sacks on in 3 games. So that's pretty good for an old man. And then we got Josh
Classic
Sweat,
underdog.
also got two sacks, Sweaty, and Baron Browning on that thing with a sack himself too. So it looks like Monty Austinford and Jonathan Gannon's all-season defensive additions are doing their flipping jobs. Because Baron Browning also is leading the team in interceptions along with Taylor Demerson. They both got one.
Damn.
So Browning's got a sack and an interception. So Cleveland, thank you.
So how do you think, considering the guys we're missing tonight, what we know we needed to work on in practice this week, how do you guys think we hit the quick turnaround against Seattle tonight?
Can't play soft coverage against Jigba and Cooper Cup. Absolutely not. You can't do that. Defensive line's been doing okay stopping the run so far, but the whole defense the whole defense in general can't let off the gas in the second half. You need to play a full don't bend and don't break attitude defense the full 4 quarters of football.
We're gonna
Yeah, no doubt.
count big on guys like Clark and Burke to step in and make big plays because if you give him a chance, Darnold's gonna pick us apart. He's a lot more capable, and I like his arm better than Mac Jones. And we saw what Mac Jones did to us, in periods last week. So we have to be ready for Darnold. We have to put pressure on him. We have to, like you said, Dylan, you can't play man with Cooper Cup. And honestly, I'm more worried about Smith Najiba. He is absolutely absurd. He already has 323 receiving yards already. So our key, my key to the game is we just have to make. We can't allow big plays. We can get small plays, shut them down, whatever. But the big plays, as we talk about, kill us every single time.
Well, Kenneth Walker is not an easy back to take down. He's just the type of back that's just going to punch you in the mouth every time you make contact, and that's just what it is. So you're just
Yeah,
going to have to take him down. So
And I think we finally have at least the front to punch him back.
yeah, I think we can make him fumble the ball. He's a fumbler if you get him if you hit him hard enough. I'm gonna be honest with you. He was one of those players that I was super duper ridiculously high on out of college, and then he just didn't. He wasn't as good as what I thought he was gonna be just because of injuries. To be real with you, but um, I'm excited to see how we play them. I think that we play the run pretty good. It's just that if the runner's like super downhill, it's not good for us. You know, if they try to run to the outside, we shut it down. So uh, Kenneth Walker is one of those inside of the tackle running backs, and he's pretty good. Zach Charbonnet is also a good running back, so
And
uh,
I'm pretty sure he's
that's going to
active.
be the key, man. I think that Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Cup, they got a sneaky little receiving core too with AJ Barner, the tight end. He's not like someone who gets the ball all the time, but he does his job when he does get the ball. I think we're still gonna win. I think that Kyler Murray and the team, we haven't had one of those one-off crazy games where we just go crazy and win all good. I am praying and hoping that this is the game that we do that. So let's hope that that magical new look and feel gives us some boost.
Well, and I think one thing that I think we all notice is we are a completely different team at home. Like no matter if it's a tight game or if a game where we're blowing something out, the energy is there. We play completely different. The crowd gets the players hyped. So we just need to focus on that because unfortunately we know Seattle's always a coin toss. But
Yeah.
I think if we play our game, we get to Darnold, we force him to make a mistake. Kyler Murray does his thing. We actually catch the ball tonight, and we run it down their throats with Benson. I think we win the game too.
Yeah, I mean, if we can take the pass away from them, we'll be able to win. In the games where Sam Darnold threw the ball more than 20 times, they did pretty well. I mean, they lost the second game of that, but that was the really close game to San Francisco, who seems to like winning close games.
Yeah.
But even in their blowouts, I mean, he hasn't throwing more than 2 touchdowns. So if we can take the passing away, they're not really scoring on the ground. So yeah, I'm with it. Let's go. Let's
So you,
beat these
Final
people.
score predictions.
and this
Uh,
is open pickums.
That's why I was asking final score predictions before we go to pick'ems.
Frankie likes to always add final score predictions in his pick'ems.
All right, we'll say that for the pick'ems.
All right. Let's get into the pick'ems right away. Let's not stall. I got it already pulled up over here. Um, the first game is the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. I think we just previewed the game. I am, uh, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm on shaky ground with thinking that the Cardinals are gonna win this game. But something inside of me tells me it's gonna be the flip and switch game because we can't lose this game. It will be bad for us if we do. So we have to win, and I think that they are embarrassed from last time out. So that they should be ready to go. Cardinals. What about you, Dale?
I don't think
Wait,
this is
wait,
the
wait, wait,
week.
wait. Let's preface this with the last week's information. Wait, we're doing it all wrong. Last week's pick'ems. How did they go? We're jumping into this week's
Oh,
pick'ems.
Recordes. So last week, as fantasy is gone for your boy, went 7-9. I did hit the Detroit win over Baltimore, but it was a rough week. 7-9 leaves me at 29-19 overall. I'm in last place, and then Damien and Dylan again keep tying 9-7, and you guys are tied at 30-18.
Nice. Let's go back in first column with Dylan. This is weird,
Let's
man. We
go.
don't even pick the same teams. We just end up losing the same amount of games. That's great. All right. Well,
Yeah, Cardinals.
so two cards.
Um, yeah, we can't lose back-to-back division games. I'm going Cardinals because of that reason. Because I'm shaky with it too. But yeah, I nasty taste in my mouth going 2-2 and losing back-to-back division games.
Just
Nah,
can't have
can't
that,
do that.
Yeah, like I said, we have a completely different energy.
dude.
I like the Cardinals. I think our defense at least has enough to shut Seattle down. And I just want to see something offensively. So hopefully Drew Petzing has a toy box he can open up and we see some deep throws. Cardinals all day.
Nice. This next game, you're gonna have to wake up early, and I probably won't be waking up early because I'm working 18 hours on Saturday. Um, that's neither here nor there. But that game will be in Ireland. Ireland, bro. Ooh, that's crazy. Um, Iron freaking land, man. And that's gonna be what the Vikings
And the Steelers.
and Aaron Rodgers in the Steelers. And why I paused is because I just did a little hit of ayahuasca. No, I'm just kidding. Aaron Rodgers is gonna be out there getting lit, and it's kind of a tough one for me because both of these teams are very fraudulent. Um, I picked against the Vikings last week, and I think I learned my lesson about that Brian Flores schemes that make people see ghosts. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings and Ireland to upset the Steelers if that's even an upset. Frankie, what about you?
Well, it's like you said, I completely thought Jake Browning had it in the bag. And then, of course, Carson Wentz was like, I'm going to be an Eagle again and actually know how to play football. And we saw the Vikings just absolutely thrash I honestly think it's going to be a little bit different this week, but Minnesota gives them a lot more of a game. But I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers on this one.
Nice.
Aaron Rodgers against Brian Flores. I don't like that matchup for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Steelers are gonna lose this.
Ooh.
Falcons and Commanders. Um, Marcus Mariota has gone back down to 0 projected fantasy points, so I think that means the starting quarterback for the Commanders, Daniels, will be back.
Thank goodness.
Um, they're in Atlanta. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I've seen the Atlanta Falcons for what they are, which is a garbage team. So I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders on this one. Dylan, what about you?
I think Commanders are starting to roll a little bit late in the game. Well, not late, but joined the party a little late. But yeah, I think they're starting to roll a little bit better now. I'm gonna go Commanders on this one.
Yeah, no, I wish I had something positive to say about the Falcons, but after last week's 30-0 dusting from the Carolina Panthers, until they show me something, I'm betting against them every single time. I am going Daniels and the Commanders.
This next one is interesting. It's in New York,
Oh,
and as Dylan would love to say, what it do, scatterboo.
get a
What a
boo!
deuce, got a boo.
And they're going against Jim Harbaugh and the luscious locks of Justin Herbert. Um, I'm gonna pick the Chargers again. They haven't let me down. I love Scatterboo and what he brings to the table. This is Jackson Dart's first start, though. Yeah, I'm gonna take the defense of the Chargers. Shut down the rookie quarterback Jim Harbaugh. Man, what I gotta say, Mo? Frank?
I mean, not gonna lie, I love the Jackson Dart start. I called it on draft night. Him, Neighbors, Scatabo, very nice offensive future. But the way Harbaugh has the Chargers rolling and Herbert has a consistent offense, Chargers are gonna go 4-0.
I debated for a little bit this week, but I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers. Nah, I'm kidding. It's a psych. It's a Lee Croso moment. Psych. Going with the Giants again. I'm gonna be a crazy ass motherfucker and go with the Giants again because I've been saying on our X account, ASF official X, put Jackson Dart in there, and you saw the training camp videos and all that. Those Cam and Jackson are tight together, and I feel like the offense is not fuck or f with Russell Wilson. I mean, on third down, he's throwing it to their goalposts. So watch the offense click a lot better, and Scat's still going to be Scat, and they're going to finally get that first one of the season. I'm not getting up on the Giants train yet.
They
So
need to give us
Giants,
a follow for the love you give them.
All
huh?
right.
Will Hernandez inactive.
Damn.
Shoot.
Well, we'll take this one. We'll get it on up down to Texas, down to Houston, to H time, where they sip, drink, and they ride on 84s. They're going to be playing the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward. Um, if the Texans lose to the Tennessee Titans, you can just go ahead and blow the whole team up, send CJ Stroud to the TFL, and move the team because this season has been terrible for them. They just won the AFC South, I believe that's what their division is, and they're the reigning champions, and they just look so horrible. So I'm gonna go with the Texans, although I don't want to, but it's against the Titans, who are even worse. Dylan, what do you think?
I think Cam Ward finally gets his first win as a rookie, and the Houston's going to have a big problem.
Dylan going for the freaking huge swings this week.
Yeah, man, Dylan's going crazy this week. I think my dad's going crazy.
I
That leaves you, Frankie, to answer the question.
It's like you guys. I mean, it's like you said, Dame. The season's over for Houston if they can't beat the Titans because once a very promising, 10 plus years is now like you lose one more game and everything like you said is gonna get blown up. CJ Stroud does not look like the same guy. He's shaken some reason, but as much as it pains me to say this, as much as I want to take Cam Ward to get his first win, I'm gonna roll with Houston one last time, and I know I'm probably regretting it.
Right. I've regretted it every time I picked them so far, so I feel that sentiment. The next ones you gotta load the cannons because the Buccaneers are at home and they're taking on the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagle. Uh,
Ooh.
it's a tough matchup. Both teams are kind of banged up a little bit. I think that the Buccaneers are like really banged up though. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Frankie.
Coin toss.
You know, as much as it's been a pain to go against the champs because I've done it before, I can't I can't go against Baker Mayfield. Last week, just the fact that what the Jets did and the fact that Baker Mayfield was like, all right, watch me win. He still comes back. The Bucks are undefeated still. And I think they're gonna give the Eagles their first loss.
I would
Let's
love that.
fire the cannons.
I
Let's
know.
go.
I know. Same with Frankie. I'm out to ride with the Bucks till the wheels fall off. Honestly.
You
So we
guys
have
are
to
making
stop
me
and
feel
pause
bad
after
because
that
I
first
want to ride
loss.
with the Bucks too. Go ahead.
All
Sorry.
done. You're good.
Damn. Yeah, I want to ride with Baker Mayfield, but they're gonna be missing Mike Evans and it's a lot.
They're getting
So
bad.
yeah, I mean I'm not gonna give out the whole scenario each time because then you'll change your opinion. But Panthers and Patriots. Oh my God, what is
What?
this, man? It's in New England. So, when for me, when both teams are bad like this and it's a crapshoot, I go for the home team a lot. Unless I really like the away team. In this situation, I think I like the Patriots what they have more than what the Panthers have. So I'll go with the Pats. Dylan, what are you?
Same Patriots. Chubb's been letting me down in fantasy. Do better, damn it.
Yeah, do better, dude.
Honestly, as much as I would pick the Patriots normally in any situation, the Carolina Panthers last week showed me something. I did not expect them to blow out Atlanta. Bryce Young and T Mac have a decent rapport. Trouble
They
Hubbard.
do.
Give me the Carolina Panthers in Foxborough.
I love it. All right. The next one. Wow, this is like sacrifice. Saints and Bills in Buffalo.
Do we even need to
I
talk?
don't think. We can just go through this
All
one.
right, we're all gonna pick the Bills. Yeah, there's no reason to waste any time.
Kamara.
These next couple are like Browns and Detroit versus the Lions. The Browns are a sneaky team. I think the Lions just found their momentum though, so I can't bet against them at this current week, but I'll bet against them some point in the season. Just not this time. I think that's
Yep.
probably another simultaneous Lions, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Lions.
Leave tonight.
Exactly. So the next one is Jacksonville on the road versus our divisional foe who just beat us, the 49ers. They're in the Bay again.
No more Nick Bosa.
No more Nick Bosa. I don't think that matters. I don't think the Jaguars are that good. Uh,
Tipping his cap.
if Brock Purdy is back, which he probably is, right, at this point. It's been 3 weeks. No, it hasn't been 3 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. So it's probably Mac Jones, right? I don't know who's going to start for
I
them.
don't
And
know.
at the end of the day, they're both very similar anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to take the 49ers at home. They seem to be on some weird little winning kick. I really hope the Jaguars beat them, though, to be honest. They can't start the season 4-0 with that crappy team and then get everybody back and just, that would suck. All right, guys. Yeah, that's my prediction. What about you, Frankie?
You said you're going Niners?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the way they've played with Purdy and Jones, I think Mac Jones has been serviceable. I think no matter what, the 49ers have shown that they're going to find a way to win as long as they got somebody on the field to catch the pass. I like the Niners to stay undefeated. As much as it sucks to say this, I just don't think Jacksonville's a good team, and it's sad to say because I once believed in Trevor Lawrence.
Niners sweep.
Jeez. I mean, Jacksonville just isn't very good. This next game is gonna break your brains, dude. Indiana Jones comes riding in on his horse, and once he's on the mountain, he spots. What does he spot? A ram.
Gonna get knocked.
Oh wait.
So I honestly think the Colts are a better offense. I honestly think they're better. But the Rams, they play dirty tricks, man. They play dirty tricks. They have a good little defense. Devontae Adams is starting to figure out his stuff with Matthew Stafford, and I don't know what's up going on with Puka. Does he got a concussion or something? I have no clue. But I like the Rams at home. I know they don't have much of a home field advantage. The Colts got to lose sometime, right? So I think a team like the Rams is the perfect team to beat them. So I'm gonna pick the Rams. Dylan?
See that long ball touchdown to Devontae Adams was a missed offensive pass interference call by the refs, clear as day in my opinion. Um, Daniel Jones is oddly looking like the next Peyton Manning mixed with Josh Allen all of a sudden. Weird.
Right.
Colts
Peyton
defense still
Allen.
looking solid. Um, I lean Colts by yeah, I lean Colts by like 2 to 4 points.
Nice. You had the balls to do what I couldn't.
I've been ballsy this week, I guess, but we gotta make the standings more interesting. We've been staying hella close.
I
Yeah.
just as much as I want to go Indiana Jones, I think the Rams and Stafford are going to be super pissed off because of last weekend. They should have had Philadelphia. They're going to take it out on the Colts, but they're going to make it a game. It's going to be close. I say it's going to be 30-17. Give me the Rams. Their defense and Sean McVay are just too strong in the end.
That isn't close. All right, moving on. We got the Bears going into Las Vegas to play the Raiders. They're about to go gamble. So picture Bears standing at a jackpot casino machine. All right. That was horrible. We got the Bears. Caleb Johnson. Whoa! Geno Smith. Trey Tucker. Jacoby Myers. This should be actually a really good game, in my personal opinion. Caleb Williams won Offensive Player of the Week in his division or whatever last week. He's starting to figure it out. That nail polish is starting to fly off the football at high speeds. And I believe in my heart of hearts that they're just good enough to lose to the Raiders. The Raiders need some sort of victory. After Genty gets going against a good defense, Gino gets it going. What about you, Frankie? How do you feel about the Bears versus the Raiders in Raiderville?
As much as I want to pick Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, their offensive line is one of my, you know what I love to say, beans.
Yes, beans. That is Frankie's fucking saying for
And
something that isn't good.
beans
Beans.
monster. Let's go. But no, like you said, I like the direction that at least Chicago's offense is looking. We're finally seeing a mix of passing. You're seeing Caleb Williams actually look like he sort of knows what he's doing. Swift is a good compliment. He's got a great two tight end set. Give me the Bears.
Well, Frankie's learning last week when I was the only one that took the Bears last week in my one of my upset picks. And guess what? I'm rolling with the Bears again. So
The Bears.
The Bears.
Ooh, we get 2 Monday nighters this week. Oh yes.
we're more games to gamble on. Yay, responsibly.
Exactly. Responsibly. All right. Next game is gonna be two teams that, man, we didn't expect to be in this position so early in the season. The Ravens fly into the Arrowhead Stadium to face Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs. Um, this is a confusing game here. Both of these teams are trying everything they can to lose games. They're just both trying as hard as they can to lose. And man, I think that the Ravens defense, I just don't trust these guys anymore, man. I just can't trust the Ravens defense enough to pick them against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. If the Ravens lose this game, they're in bad shape though. But I gotta go with KC. Frankie, what do you feel?
Uh, I never thought I'd see these teams in this position, but I think Baltimore still has a lot more than Kansas City does. They're gonna be pissed off. They're gonna punch Kansas City in the mouth in their own building. Give me the Ravens because Harbaugh is not gonna go 1-3.
I would love that.
So is
You
this
know how much I
probably
love
the
the Ravens.
Tyreek Hill Bowl? Because
That's so
either these
funny.
one of these three teams are going to be the more desperate team at the trade deadline. So
Dude, if Tyreek
which
Hill goes
team
to
is
the
not going to
Ravens,
go? Huh?
I said if Tyreek Hill went to the Ravens, oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Oh my
Um,
god.
which team will refuse to go 1-3? Honestly, I've been thinking the script has been saying Tyreek Hill at some point this season is going to go to the Chiefs. So I'm going to be taking the Ravens.
Oh
If it's a
man.
close game, it's going to be one of those weeks where they barely hold on. I just don't see other teams blowing the other out. So
All right. Could you pick?
the Ravens.
All right, awesome. That's a dub for me right there. All right, Cowboys are at home in Jerry World, and they welcome back their would have been franchise player Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers. Give me Green Bay to run away at Jerry World, and for Micah Parsons to just go ham on Dak Prescott. Frankie,
I'm sorry, like the most disrespectful thing they could have announced is that they're not gonna do any kind of video for Micah Parsons. Like, are you kidding me? Outside of CeeDee Lamb, he is easily the best player you've had in what, like the last 10 years. Get out of here, Jerry Jones. Micah Parsons is gonna eat Dak Prescott's lunch. He's gonna be in the backfield all day. Packers are gonna be pissed for losing to the Browns, and I'm sorry, I can't take a team that got their butt kicked by the Bears.
Bounce back week for the Packers, like Frankie was saying, with the very upsetting loss that they had against the Browns. Cowboys defense, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you this every week till Cowboys fans finally learn. They're not gonna look the same without Micah Parsons. So yeah, give me Green Bay.
yeah,
Easy.
very easy to pick them over them because the Cowboys defense, man, they made Russell Westbrook, Russell Wilson. They made Wilson look like Tom Brady, dude. No, they made him look like MVP year Aaron Rodgers. Um, Jets are going to take a flight all the way to the nice beaches of Miami to play the Dolphins. Um, this game, I mean, why is this on Monday, man?
Kidding.
Why is this on Monday? It's a horrible game.
Both
Jets
games.
versus Dolphins. Since Miami's at home and it's still September, I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I know I'm gonna regret this, but they've been looking better and better each week. Yeah, it's my logic. Dylan, what's good with you? What do you think?
I suppose. I mean, I want to take Jets, but to be safe, because I've taken so many opposite picks as you, I'm gonna play dirty that way, low key. I'm gonna take the Dolphins as well, even though I want to take the Jets.
All right. Here's my nuke. I mean, not really a nuke because one of these teams has to go 1-3, right?
Right, and the Jets have looked good at times.
The Jets have been there every single week. They have pushed every single team they've played. Give me Aaron Glenn getting his first head coaching victory right here.
They should have beat the Steelers, bro. They really should have.
100%.
I
Now
feel
we
like we're
got.
gonna for sure see a standing shakeup after this week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Watch us
The last
somehow,
game
some
is
way, still end up close. Just
right
we can just never
for
break
sure.
away.
It's just weird how it keeps happening. This last game is the last game of the slate. It's Bengals at Denver Broncos. Um, if Jake Browning is still the quarterback, I just don't trust him. He was so awful last week. It was so bad. I watched some of that game and I had to turn it off. I was like, what is this, man? this can't be football because it doesn't look like anybody's doing anything. But yeah, so Broncos, Frankie.
I mean, as you said, Damien, the freaking Cincinnati Bengals got their freaking arses dusted by Uncle Rico, the journeyman who's been on probably as many teams as many years since he's been in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like, what happened last week? I don't care if it's your backup or not. Like, how do you be undefeated, walk into any game as a professional athlete? You pay four players over $200 million, and yet get lambasted. Nope, I don't like until Joe Burrow is back in the building. I don't like what the Bengals are doing unless they trade for Jameis Winston. Then it'd be interesting. But until then, give me Broncos.
Yeah, they need a
Broncos
quarterback.
sweep. I like Broncos a lot better when they're at home. It's Broncos
Me
sweep.
too. Me too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
game time, boys.
let's go. So right now, me and Dylan are still in the lead,
Actually, hey,
and
tomorrow.
want to create some separation from y'all. So that's what I just did. Just did a master class in psychology while reading off those week 4 pick'ems.
We'll see
Uh,
next. Jack comes back.
yeah, we'll definitely see you next week.
Yeah, us Cardinal crackheads got to get to this game in less than an hour now, and I got to get
100%.
my
We got
Pizza
things to
Hut.
do. We
Best
Yeah,
got
I
to
got to
do
get
what we
my
got to
Pizza
do.
Hut.
And
you.
as we always say, if you like what you see, there's links in the description. Feel free to join the group. We're always having a good time chatting, sharing insights, news, what the field looks like before the game, anything like that. So if you're into the Cardinals, the D-backs, the Mercury, the Rattlers, hell, even the Sting, the lacrosse team, join the group. Get some merch. Go to Frankie's YouTube. He just dropped the YouTube page. Uh, Go to the TikTok, go to Jack's page. Support us everywhere you can, and just if you don't do all that stuff, we don't care. Just like, subscribe, and share. Those are the most important things for right now.
We love doing this.
Yes.
We have fun. We appreciate it. And your boy right here next week, next Wednesday night, will be again on the After Further Review podcast. So look forward to that. Looking forward to giving us another plug. And we will have Jack with us back next week.
And who doesn't want a Trey McBride jersey? Let's get to 200 subs. Let's go.
And D Hop jersey at 100.